heat waves and retrogrades. Heat waves and retrogrades. Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. I've missed you a lot. I really miss doing these readings, but life got in the way. I had a bunch of projects. I'll get to that in a second, but I had a bunch of projects. Some worked out, some were in progress, some fell through. So that was the main thing. There was also schedule changes at work and getting sick and all of that stuff. And my free monthlies had to take a back seat. I read every comment, even though I can't get to them all. I really appreciate every comment, and my heart skips a beat every time my videos get thumbed up or someone subscribes. And the community is really important to me because I get a chance to help you guys, and it's therapy for me too. I think it's therapy for us all. It's group therapy, and I love connecting with everyone. Thank you so much for the personal readings. Thank you so much for just reaching out, just emailing me and connecting with me. It means a lot. It really does. And as a special thank you, I have a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin that I'm giving away to one viewer. Stay tuned until the end and I will tell you how to get your Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin. I want to give some quick shameless plugs. I told you I had a lot of projects. First one is I was lucky enough to work with Alex on his Dionysian Dialectics podcast. And in one episode we talked about tarot and astrology, so you'll definitely want to check that out. I'll link it in the description box below. And in another episode we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy. If you are not familiar, I work in film and TV in my day job. I have done this pretty much my whole life. It's my life purpose. It's all over my astrological chart. But if you would like more film and TV videos, let me know. But in any case, we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy and how it deals with television and media. The other project I did was I got to work with the lovely and talented Liokness, and she is a singer-songwriter, and I had the privilege of doing a music video for her. It's still in progress. It's a very ambitious project that I was underestimating. I need help. If you were in the LA area, I have some gigs that I could use to outsource some of this legwork in the art department. But I was so honored to work for her. I love her music. I think she's really talented. I will link, not the song that we did the music video for, but I'm gonna link a song called The Psychic, oddly enough, because it's a good message about the obsession we can have with the outcome of psychic readings. And with that said, these are general readings. When we look at these tarot videos as a way to see if that boy is going to call or see if we're going to get that job, then it creates this obsession. In the song, The Psychic, she said that she made a deal with the devil. You make a deal with the devil whenever you fixate on these outcomes. So keep in mind that in these general readings, that this is more therapy, that this is more about unearthing emotional and spiritual things we have within ourselves, and try not to look at it as a need to find out what's going on. Sometimes God creates uncertainty and mystery because he has, big surprises for us, big miracles for us. So with these general readings, be gentle on me and be gentle with yourself sometimes, because we are dealing with emotional things. Some things get brought to the surface and they're triggered and people lash out, but I would encourage you to use sweet words with each other, use sweet words with me, even if you want to give me constructive criticism. We want positive, happy vibes, right? We want to elevate to our highest spiritual evolution, and we cannot be cruel to each other, right? So I love it when you guys help each other out in the comments, and I love positive vibes, and let's keep it up there. Without further ado, let's get on to your July readings. Hi Aquarius! I'm shooting this on July 4th. I know I'm super late, but I am glad to be back. I'm glad to give you messages. But I gotta say, I chose this color scheme because, of course, we have the red or the blue stars here. And I almost went with a stripy red and white backdrop.
But I did not. But yes, it is the 4th of July. I'm doing July readings, and I had this red backdrop for another project. Didn't work out, but that's okay. We move along. Had this red backdrop for another project, and it has little strawberries on it. I don't know if you can see. Can I zoom in on the strawberries? Not really. But they're little gold strawberries, and both of my grandparents are Aquarians. Or I have one set of grandparents, and they're both Aquarius. And my grandfather, he's an Aquarius, and he always tells this story on 4th of July about how they couldn't afford soda whenever they were growing up. I think he grew up in, like, Great Depression era. And so every 4th of July, they were allowed a strawberry pop. So, I felt like I should share that with you. If strawberry is, you know, a buzzword for you, something meaningful, let me know. And if Nanny Cheryl or Papa John are watching this, then, just know that I remembered your strawberry pop story. Anyway, let's get on to the reading. So the heart of the matter, you can see I have a different spread this time. I crafted this myself. I call it the Karmic Cycle spread. So at the center of the wheel, the center of the karmic wheel, heart of the matter, we have the 8 of Swords. So you might be going through a period where you're freeing yourself of something, where you are, the 8 of Swords is a card about feeling trapped. So, and she has a blindfold, she's tied. The message is that if she just took off the blindfold and untied her hands, then she could get out of these swords. So whenever it's reversed, it is a feeling of freedom, of liberation, of, not being trapped so much in our thoughts. And I think what this is going to revolve, like, what this reading is going to be about is a love reading. I feel like you're freeing yourself from, I just stopped focusing and now I have to refocus. I think you are freeing yourself from any limitations where you didn't ask for love. Maybe you didn't ask for love because you wanted to be in control. You didn't want to show your vulnerable side, show your sweet side, or you didn't want to ask for love, ask for affection, ask for... The Page of Cups is a sweet card. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But the Page of Cups is a card, and this could be your inner child. It could be a child you're dealing with. But this is someone who is very sweet, and they like cuddles, and they will draw you a picture, and they, you know, believe in true love and fairy tales. They want to find their Prince Charming one day. They still believe in magic, and they are just very sweet, kind of shy people. But it's crossing your 8 of Swords, so it's like you might have actually been too shy to ask for something, and now you're freeing yourself for that. But I see it more as asking for those cuddles, asking for that love. The Page of Cups is a child, right? An inner child or a childlike quality within us. And the Page of Cups is a child who has never been rejected, has never been denied anything, has always been welcomed with open arms, right? If they want a hug, they get a hug. So I think this is you asking for more affection, asking for more love and cuddles and tenderness, which is sweet. But let's get to the rest of the reading. So this is going to be your beginning and end. This is what we start with, but it's also what is ending out of your life, what is closing out of your life. We have Temperance. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Temperance is about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We have 1 foot on land, 1 foot on water. So 1 foot in our emotions and 1 foot in grounded, realistic matters. We also have a cup that's being poured from one cup to another. And this is an angelic energy, so you might have an angel by your side right now, a guardian angel. But it's about moderation. It's about not doing things in excess, not overdoing anything, just taking it easy, being patient, and not overdoing anything. It's also a card of baking. maybe you're baking cookies with your kid. That's a interesting message, but oh, sweet! I have a nanny. She's also an Aquarius, and we used to bake cookies together. Aww. But I don't know if that applies to any of So I have 3 Aquarian grandparents. Crazy. But I don't know if that applies to any of you guys. I will move along because I'm sure you don't want to hear my sentimental grandparent stories. You may be dealing with a grandparent. So anyway, let me know. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Empress. You could be dealing with Taurus because we have the Empress card here and the Queen of Pentacles. You could also be dealing with Libra. But the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is independent lady, single woman, right? She knows how to use her resources to, like, she maximizes her resources, right? She uses every teaspoon of her leftovers, speaking of cooking, right? So you may be like meal planning. Sorry, this reading is turning like mundane, but whatever. But this could be like getting a grip. I do see getting a grip on food. Maybe this is like an emotional thing that has to do with weight loss. And remember, weight loss might seem silly, but it is an emotional journey, especially if you're a woman, and it has to do with food. So maybe this reading is going to be about some sort of weight loss story. Because we have cooking here and moderation, not overeating. We also have the Empress reverse. The Empress is someone who, she's beautiful, sexy mama, ultimate wife, ultimate mother, and she sits on her throne. She doesn't need to overwork herself. She knows her worth. She knows she's beautiful. She knows the world is abundant, and it's just a matter of, again, taking advantage of her resources, right? But the Empress, she's ruled by Venus, Taurus, and Libra energy. She's ruled by Venus, so this is about beauty, Venusian qualities. So you may not be feeling as beautiful as like your 100% self, right? It could be a matter of overeating. It could be a matter of feeling like you have to guard these cuddly emotions, maybe covering it up with food. And I say this because the Queen of Pentacles is, the Earth suit is about material things. Food is material. Food is nourishment. Food is fuel for us. So, you know, she can talk about time and money and work and career and all of that. But the Pentacle suit, the Earth signs, are signs of material harvest. So they are a sign about food, especially Taurus. Taurus is about food. Sagittarians have a tendency to overeat, so I keep getting this food message. I'm going to stick with it. But first, I gotta make my money, so stay tuned, and we'll get back to your reading. So let's see what clarifies. We have the Ace of Swords. I think you're coming into this truth. And Justice. So you could be dealing with Libra. Again, we have Libra up here. But I think this is just reiterating that you know what's best for you. You know, and again, we have a moderation type of thing. So Libra is the scales. It's a card about balance, a lot like this Temperance card, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. We have the cups here and we have the scales here. They're both a little off kilter, so you might be feeling off kilter right now. And whenever the scales are unbalanced, then justice is not served, right? So you have to tame this inner beast to maintain balance within yourself, to demand what's fair for yourself, right? Because if you are, I'll stick with the overeating narrative. If you are overeating, then it's not fair to your future self, because when we gain weight, we develop health problems, right? it's harder to breathe, it's harder to sleep, our joints, we aren't as mobile, right? So it's not fair to yourself to overeat and tip the scales, because you deserve to have a better life for yourself. And I think this inner beast that you're taming deserves better too, right? Like, this dog deserves to play with the other dogs, but they have to be dedicated to doing the right thing and not acting on impulses. So, the worst it's going to get, the bottom of the barrel, we have the King of Swords reversed. So, the King of Swords, this could be you. Again, you could be dealing with a Libra especially, or a Gemini. But we have a lot of air energy. I do think it's you, though. The King of Swords reversed. The King of Swords, he is the master of his suit. He is fair, balanced. He is wise and thoughtful and strategic. Whenever he is reversed, he is like this unapologetic person. He is cold and distant. He's cut off. He is remote and kind of unforgiving, like a tough titty type of guy, right? Like, you should have done this, so like a no mercy person, right? So this is the worst that you are going to get. To clarify that, we have the Seven of Swords and the Judgment card. So the worst it's going to get is that you have to make a judgment call not to cheat yourself, not to sneak around on yourself. Maybe, if this isn't speaking about food, like I said, this could be playing the field when you have perfectly good options at home. I've heard for some of you smoking, so you may have quit smoking a long time ago, and now you're cheating on a partner by sneaking off and smoking. I guess that's for some of you. But Archangel Gabriel is in judgment. He comes down, he blows his horn, and he says, do you want to stay in this shithole, or do you want to come up to heaven with me? So it's a card about doing something different instead of doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? When we are stuck on earth, we have to do this life over and over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day sometimes, right? And sometimes we get stuck in our problems, right? We smoke the first thing in the morning. We smoke after every meal. And we just stay in this. It's like habits we develop. But whenever we are called to rise above ourselves, to do better, right? Then we ascend spiritually, we level up, we become upright, we become the embodiment of the King of Swords, our best selves, right? But if we don't answer the call, then we stay in these patterns. And answering the call is not easy, because being down on this shit show earth, we know, even though it's miserable, we know how it's going to play out. It's predictable. But it takes trust and faith to surrender to God and just say, I don't know what you have in store for me, but I'm going to go along with this plan. I know that quitting smoking is going to be hard, but you got my back, God, so I'm going to, do it with you. Whew. You might also listen to music at this time if you're having trouble with addictions, excessive things. Listen to music, and your angels will give you clues about what to do, what's going on. They'll give you that judgment call. You might also be getting a call. Sometimes, again, because we have the Six of Cups here, judgment and the Six of Cups can mean lovers coming back from the past. That might be one of this temptation sneaking around. Maybe you have someone at home and a lover comes back from the past, and so you have to think, you know, is it worth it? I don't know. But don't cheat yourself. The Seven of Swords is a sneaky card. It's a cheater card. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat anyone else. When you cheat someone else in a relationship, you are cheating yourself. If you invest and put your ducks in different baskets, thinking you'll increase your chances, it actually hurts your chances to develop relationships that are built on trust and love and respect and healthy relationships. So you are cheating yourself, not just the person you're cheating on. Okay, so this was the cause. This is what set things into motion. Bad memories and excess set this into motion. This is going to be the effect. We have the Five of Swords reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Cups. So again, you could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn also. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the King and the Page of Cups here. So the effect is you're letting go of conflicts with people. These bad memories that have surfaced, this truth that you're coming into, you are realizing who is valuable in your life and who's not valuable. The Prince of Pentacles is, again, you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. The Prince of Pentacles is someone who is slow as fuck. Like, whenever he's reversed, he is just slow moving, no action. He is essentially afraid to do anything because he doesn't want to invest in something where he's going to lose his sense of security. So it's someone who feels very insecure. And they usually feel insecure because of, like, not being able to provide, not being able to have enough resources, have enough time, have enough effort. They may even feel like they are not a valuable person, like they are, like they have nothing to offer, even if it's not like money or time. They could feel like they are not a valuable person because they like they're sick in the head, right? Their values are off or something. The King of Cups is sort of the opposite of that. He is very loving. He's very kind. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Or this could just be two people in your life. Maybe different energies. But ultimate daddy. Ultimate husband. I'm getting for a good portion of you, this is your dad that we're talking about. And this Knight of Pentacles is like a lover. But take it as you will. Let me know who these characters are. King of Cups is someone who he's a big old teddy bear, right? He loves to he gives like the best hugs, and he tears up at movies, and he welcomes you in his home with open arms. He has like old friends from like 30 years ago that still love him, and he keeps mementos from, you know, his day at Chuck E. Cheese, and just a sweet, sentimental guy. And he can pick up on your feelings and without you telling him. But if you have been in conflict with him before, you are getting out of it. The Five of Swords is a card about shallow victories, people saying mean stuff to each other, bitterness, fights, just like silly fights for no reason, just like to be on top. But you are letting go of any of that, letting go of pride, trying to be right, letting go of having to be on top, letting go of holding a grudge for anyone. And that is awesome. And they might be like letting go of grudges with you too. But it's a time of forgiveness, and I love that. I love it when people forgive. So we had the homework, and now we have the test. So this is going to be everything that you will learn in this karmic cycle. Kind of like the outcome. I guess what's going to be on the test, right? So this is what you've studied, and this is going to be the test. So the star reversed means that you're not feeling at your 100%. The star represents Aquarius, water bearer here. And it's interesting because we have, is that focused? We have the water bearer who is pouring 2 jugs into a river, and then we have like another watery 2-cup thing, right? 2 here and then 2 here. This could also be you feeling a little imbalanced. And so maybe on the test, this is learning how to rebalance yourself. The star is a card of hope and healing and faith. It's a card about destiny. But I do feel like in this particular deck, or in this particular reading, excuse me, this is talking about you and your energy and feeling kind of a lack of faith. But I think it's lack of faith because you are having challenges feeling confident about yourself. And again, it's because of moderation. Let's see what the clarifiers are. We have the Queen of Rods, and the Devil reversed. But Devil reversed is awesome. So the Queen of Rods is, you could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Queen of Rods is someone who is very sexy, very popular, very fun, very flirty, and very charismatic, and people are drawn to her, right? Whenever it's reversed, I'm getting the same message of the Empress. Like, you just don't feel like a fun, flirty person right now. You don't feel like sexual, attractive, or anything like that. That's why you're not at your 100%. But the good news is that you are letting go of negative thought patterns. You're letting go of ego. You're letting go of things that keep you bound. The Devil is someone that we all have to deal with. He is a butthole. I don't like him. He is that negative inner chatter that tells you you're not good enough, no one will ever love you, you're too fat, you eat too much. But I like how I eat too much came out of my head, because sometimes that negative inner chatter motivates us to be our better selves in like competition with that negative inner chatter, right? So if, this card, if this inner voice that's saying you eat too much or you're too fat, if that motivates you to get healthy, to get strong and fit and active, then hey, the Devil can be good sometimes, right? Just to, like, whenever it's reversed, it's like we're telling him, like, go back to hell where you came from. Like, you're not going to bully me, because he is, like, a big bully. You're not going to bully me. I'm not going to listen to your bullshit. So, if you are hearing those things, if you are hearing this, like, you're not attractive, not, like, who could ever love you? If you're hearing things like that, then I think it's going to motivate you to be your best self. But regardless, you are sort of sifting out this negative inner chatter, and because whenever it's reversed, it's, we are getting rid of that. We're having breakthroughs that surmount that. We are rising above you know, this hellish world into heaven, right? And you have an angel on your shoulder here. You are perfectly capable of leveling up and getting to that next level. And I like, in this particular deck, we have a bug. So it's like just these like thoughts that bug you. It might be memories that bug you, right? Of times you were rejected, of times you overdid it and you knew you could have done better. But sometimes this bug is a catalyst to rise above it all. I had one more message. It was in my head. It was some, if you are identifying with the sort of cheater story, if you're having like people on the side, having putting different eggs in different baskets is a sign of insecurity. Because whenever we have one-on-one relationships, we risk a lot of our feelings, right? We have feelings here. We risk a lot of our feelings putting trust into one person so that they won't run around on us. We make ourselves vulnerable, again, like this. We make ourselves vulnerable, and it is very risky and can be very scary, and they see the worst of us. They see our devil, where we might hide it from a lot of people. But if we play the field, then we will never grow that relationship, or we will never get to grow one relationship, because our energies are scattered elsewhere. And we scatter our energies elsewhere because we are afraid that we'll lose that one person, that they'll see our devil and run screaming through the hills. So you might think like having a lot of girls is going to make you feel like big man on campus, but it kind of multiplies insecurity. That message was for someone. I needed to say it. That was a different reading, Aquarius. I feel like I always get weird messages for Aquarius. But let me know how that resonated with you. I love you very much. I'm so glad to be back, and I will see you next time. Bye.
If you would like to win a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a 10, you must be subscribed to me. That's the first thing. You must be a subscriber. You must subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will know if you are subscribed or not. The second thing you must do after you're subscribed, leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You are allowed up to 3 videos, and that will give you 3 different chances to win the Morgan-GREER Tarot in a 10. Meaning, if you have sun, moon, and rising in different signs, then you can leave a comment in each video. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I will pull a name out of a hat and send this lovely deck along the way. But again, you must be subscribed, and you must leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You'll want to stay subscribed because I plan on doing these contests with each milestone. So after I hit 2,000, you'll get the Morgan-GREER deck. After I hit 3,000, another deck. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next month.